Good day everyone, welcome to Math with Teacher Justin. On today's topic, we're going to talk about triangle similarities. Alright. Okay, before we talk about triangle similarities, let's talk about their correspondence. So in writing corresponding statements or correspondence statements, match up the vertices correctly to make the correspondence. So for example, we have these two triangles. Now, let's pair the corresponding angles. So for our corresponding angles, we have angle R corresponds to angle P, angle E corresponds to angle U, and angle D corresponds to angle L. Now, let's proceed to corresponding sides. For corresponding sides, we have side RE corresponds to side PU, side ED corresponds to side UL, and side RD corresponds to side PL. Since we already paired the angles and the side, we can say that RED corresponds to PUL. So let's talk about triangle similarities. So if two triangles are similar, so let's have an example. If triangle PBL is similar to triangle COD, then it must satisfy the following conditions. First, the corresponding angles are congruent. So angles must have the same measurement. So we have angle P is congruent to angle C, angle B is congruent to angle O, and angle L is congruent to angle D. And another condition will be the corresponding sides are proportional. So we will convert or make a ratio of our corresponding side and formulate an equation based on the sides of our similar triangles. So we will have this equation. PB over CO is equal to BL over OD is equal to PL over CD. So now let's have an example in triangle similarities or identifying similar triangles. Okay, let's have an example. So for example, we're going to prove that triangle ABC is similar to triangle XYZ, and we're given the two triangles with their given dimensions. So let's start first with the definition of similar triangle. So if two triangles are similar, they must have corresponding angles that are congruent. So let's check if they have corresponding angles that are congruent. So let's see, angle A is congruent to angle X. So they have the same measurement, that is equal to 71 degrees. Okay, angle B is congruent to angle Y because they have the same measurement, that is equal to 49 degrees. Angle C and angle Z is congruent because they have the same measurement, that is 60 degrees. So we can say that the corresponding angles are congruent. Let's identify if the corresponding sides are proportional. So we're going to form a ratio of corresponding sides and equate it to the ratio of other corresponding sides. So we will have this equation. AB over XY is equal to BC over YZ is equal to AC over XZ. Now, let's apply substitution by substituting the measurement of each side. So we will have 94 over 47 is equal to 102 over 51 and 82 over 41. Now, let's apply simplifying. So let's simplify each fraction and observe if they will be equal to each other. So we will end up with 2 over 1. So 2 over 1 is equal to 2 over 1 is equal to 2 over 1. So we can say that they are proportional. And this fraction over here is called the similarity ratio. So it is the simplest form of the ratio of lengths of two corresponding sides of similar figures. So since we have equal similarity ratios, okay, we can say that it satisfies this condition. Now, since it satisfies our two conditions for similar triangles, we can say that this two triangle ABC, is similar to triangle XYZ. Alright. Now, let's talk about proving similar triangles. because not all the time we will be given all the dimension of two triangles. We will only be given a few details or dimension of that triangle. So in order for us to prove similar triangles, we will use some theorems and postulates in proving similar triangles. So how to determine similarities? We have three basic theorems or postulates that can help us. So first, we have the AA postulate. Second, we have the Ss Similarity Theorem. And we have the Ss Similarity Theorem. Okay, now let's discuss them one by one. Alright. Okay, let's start with the AA postulate. If two angles of one triangle are congruent to two angles of another triangle, then the two triangles are similar. So let's have an example. So looking at these two triangles, they have two angles of one triangle that are congruent to two angles of another triangle. So we can say that if angle A is congruent to angle D and angle B is congruent to angle E, then we can conclude that triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Alright, okay. Next, let's talk about side angle side similarity theorem. So if two sides of one triangle are proportional to the corresponding two sides of another triangle and their respective included angles are congruent, then the triangles are similar. So let's have an example. For example, we have these two triangles. So looking at it, okay, we are given two sides and one included angle of each triangle. Let's see if two sides of one triangle are proportional to the corresponding two sides of another triangle. So let's have this formula. We have AB over DE is equal to AC over DF because they are corresponding pairs, and we formulate a proportion of these two ratio. Okay, then let's substitute the given dimension. We have 6 over 18 is equal to 8 over 24. Now let's simplify. So we have 1/3 is equal to 1/3. We can say that they are proportional. Now next, let's observe the included angle. Are they congruent to each other? So we can say that since they have the same measurement, that is 20, we can say that angle A is congruent to angle D. Now since our two sides are proportional to the two sides of another triangle and their included angle is also congruent, then we can conclude that triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Alright, okay, let's talk about our last theorem that we're going to talk about, which is the Ss Similarity Theorem. For Ss Similarity Theorem, if the sides of one triangle are proportional to the corresponding sides of another triangle, then the triangles are similar. So let's have an example. So for example, we're given these two triangles and let's see if they are similar to each other. So since we're given the sides of this triangle, we're going to use the Ss Similarity Theorem. So we will make an equation based on the ratio of the corresponding sides of our triangles. So we will have AB over DE is equal to BC over EF is equal to AC over DF. Let's substitute the given dimension of the two triangles to our equation and let's check if they will be proportional to each other. So we have 2 over 4 is equal to 4 over 8 is equal to 5 over 10. And let's simplify if we're going to have equal ratios. So we have 1/2 is equal to 1/2 is equal to 1/2. So since it's satisfied that they are proportional to each other, we can conclude that this two triangle ABC, is similar to triangle DEF. Alright, now that you already know how to prove triangle similarities, it is your turn to try it. Please click the link in our description box below in order for you to test your skills. That's it for today. Again, I'm Teacher Justin. Goodbye, God bless, and stay safe. See you on my next video. Peace!